Tune starts to boom with a bang bang. Notification squad, what's up? What's going on, YouTube? I am digging this Best Thing You Never Knew series. Shout out to everybody who's getting a chance to watch the video. This video is going to be about best fragrance houses and best fragrances that you probably never heard of, but I just say you never knew. To make it simple, Mod, you have the room. I love fragrances, surprise. But what I really dig about fragrances is when you get a chance to smell things off the beaten path. Yeah, any of us can go to our local Macy's or, Nordstrom's, Neiman's, whatever. You know where the fragrances are. We go out to the mall and we smell stuff, we keep it moving. But it's the independent fragrance houses to where the real gems are. And here's the thing, there's so many great creators out there making such good fragrances, it's hard for the average person to even understand that it exists. Brings me to this house called Alexandria Fragrances. The perfumer, his first name is Hany, and the last name is Hafetz. I don't want to mispronounce his name. I saw this fragrance line being talked about in some of the fragrance groups. So, like any other fragrance lover, enthusiast, I reached out and said, hey, I would love to sample the line. Now, I gotta admit, there are a lot of times I get questions from viewers saying, well, which are the good houses to work with and buy from? I always look for a couple of things. One, I always look at the fragrance, the person who's making the fragrance, I look at their why. Why are they doing it? What's their motivating passion? Are they doing it to make a buck, or are they doing it because they love it? Number two, I look at their what kind of ingredients do they use? Do they have the same consistent packaging, labeling? Is it you're just putting some oils in a bottle? Or are you really trying to make a fragrance line? Those two things are out there. Then I look at what inspires their fragrances. A lot of independent fragrance houses have their own original creations, but then they also have things that are inspired by other houses. I like to look at the original creations first because I don't like the word clone or knockoff or anything like that. So let me get into this. I like deeper, darker, richer fragrances. You guys know that. So I love my rose, ouds, and my ambers. I'm going to tell you, Alexandria Fragrances, Hany has done his thing. Each and every one of the fragrances that I'm going to touch base on, you can smell the quality in the ingredients. You can smell the time, the effort, the attention to detail, the sheer love and passion this guy has put into making these creations. That is a hard thing to do when you have a varied creation line. I think he has 40 plus different fragrances. Now, I'm gonna say some of the fragrances, I don't like fougères and woody fragrances as much, but Dubai, that's this one. If you like, this reminds me of one of a 1970s kind of, reminds me of something I could see guys pulling off in the 70s. If you like Halston, Aramis, that kind of thing, if you like greener fragrances, that would be one for you. But I'm gonna go over two that I really dig. I've tried Egyptian Seduction. This stuff is incredible. And I have a more detailed review that I've already shot. It's in post. But I just wanted to touch base on this while I'm driving because I wanted to make the most of my day. This one right here, King Tut. Some of these were inspired by houses like Roja Dove, Clive Christian. I'll tell you the one that took me by the most surprise. Egyptian King. I got my first package in. Like the video, guys. I got my first package in. It was one night, and I got it, and like you, I was busy doing my things. So I took my shower, I sprayed some on my hand, and I went to bed. I woke up the next morning, and I had this sweet cinnamon roll, majestic kind of smell in the room, and I didn't know what the heck it was. I forgot I had sprayed this fragrance. So as I was doing my morning routine, I was doing this and doing that. Something kept smelling better and better and better. Then I looked over and I said, oh yeah, you sprayed this fragrance. I didn't even remember the name of the fragrance. Needless to say, after I did my morning routine, it was warm that day. I doused myself in this and I kept it moving. I got so many dadgum compliments as I was running around town from people. People know me as the fragrance guy, but this is when they were like, what are you wearing? I've never smelled anything like that before. So if you like sweet kind of gourmandish fragrances, I think Egyptian King may be one you want to look at. And in his line, he does, like I said, some inspired buys and some original creations. Here's another one. I like Creed, but the exclusive line, in my opinion, is so expensive for what you get. $575 for 75 mLs of a fragrance. It's crazy. But this one, I'm not even going to butcher the name. Let's see. Boschetta della Costa. You know what it means. It's something Italian. It reminds me of Creed's Giordano di Amalfi, except it's actually better in my opinion. Why? Well, it lasts longer. It lasts longer on my skin. It projects better, and it actually gets better compliments. Don't tell it me. So for me, if I can get something that lasts longer than a $575 fragrance, and I don't have to spend as much money, and it's more complimented, yes, please. This was the one I love the best out of the entire line, and that's saying something. Because rarely do you get fragrances and sample a fragrance house. Usually you like some of them, and some of them are just kind of like, eh. I mean, when a fragrance line comes out and has so many offerings, there are going to be some here and some here. I'm going to tell you, across the board, all the fragrances, I like them. I like them for a bunch of different reasons. So think about your kids. You love your kids all for a different reason. You love family members all for a different reason, but the love is always there. I can tell that he put actual love into these things. So I'm driving right now. I don't have the links in the description, but I'm going to put the link in the description for where you can go actually purchase these fragrances. I actually think this is a great house for you guys to sample, especially if you want to have something that smells good, lasts a long time, smells unique, off the beaten path, and is a great value for what you get. So do me a favor, hit me up in the comments section. Let me know, have you tried the Alexandria fragrances? If so, which ones did you try? Did you like them? If you liked them, cool. If you didn't, cool, keep it classy, because here's the thing, this is a man's business. Unlike the big fragrance houses, when you have an independent perfumer or someone doing this, hey, these guys are entrepreneurs just like a lot of us. They love feedback, they love constructive criticism, but hey, take care with somebody's brand. Hany, thank you for making these fragrances. Guys, I'm going to look for my in-depth review on each one of these fragrances coming up. Until next time, talk at you later.